And good evening, everyone. I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Mallory Metzner has the night off. You've been listening to Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams talking about the threats that were in our area. We will be going back to Paul shortly, but we are welcoming you now to our news at 11. We begin tonight focused on the white marlin. And now we're going to go to what is so-called about 10 minutes early tonight due to the weather. That's when they called the weigh-in. Usually it ends at 9 o'clock. It now ended at 8:50. And we're going to see what our DSN crew had to say. They were following everything going on with the white marlin. Well, we're going to go straight to our leaderboard, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what we know so far. We have a leader in the clubhouse at the moment in a couple different things. Number one, no white marlin, no blue marlin, but we do have tuna on the board. The leader caught by boat instigator at 199 pounds. That is a hefty lead over bow down and skid row. Then when you look down in the dolphin category, Hey Buddy is the only team who qualifies. That's at 21 pounds. And one wahoo on the board, Captain Deadly leading the field with a 55-pound fish. Now, the question for all those guys, are they going to be able to hang on with those numbers? We'll have to wait and see.
White Marlin Open Leaderboards coverage is brought to you by RudyMarine.com, where family boating begins.
And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know what your favorite part of the White Marlin Open is. What do you enjoy the most? Let's take a look at the results so far. And earlier this evening, this was the case. It still is. Don't care as a lot of the people out there, but if you are somebody who likes to fish, if you're somebody who likes to talk about fishing, see competition. Look at what the rest of this board says. Competition is the leader. Now you can go vote on WRDE.com or use our mobile app, which is something you should have anyway on a night like today. A proposed housing development near Sand Hill Road has some neighbors worried. Now, people who live nearby are preparing their homes and for more people in the area. Coast TV News reporter Charles Reinert has a closer look.
These schematics show the proposal for Wilson Road in Georgetown. According to county documents, the Grey Rock Preserve development would add 94 homes on close to 50 acres of land. And that's just one of many developments under consideration for this road. Betsy West says it's too much.
It's going to mean a lot more traffic on this road, which is not making most of us here, particularly that live right on the road, very happy.
West and other neighbors say Wilson Road is already busy, particularly with truck traffic to a nearby chicken plant. We reached out to the developer today for an interview and did not hear anything back. However, in a letter from DelDOT to Sussex County, it states a traffic study found that this proposed development wouldn't bring that much congestion to Wilson Road. West knows the area is growing, but she wants to make sure that growth is being managed responsibly.
I know there's a need for housing, and I hope that in these developments, which I don't know the full plans of what's happening, that there are some plans for some sort of rental units in these, because that's needed more than ever, I think, at this point.
Developing communities and developing concerns as the county strives to balance both. There is a public hearing on Grey Rock Preserve at 3 o'clock on August 10th. You can catch that at the Sussex County Administrative Offices building in Georgetown. I'm Charles Reinert reporting in Sussex County, Coast TV News.
New at 11, according to Delaware State Police, there was an officer-involved shooting in Lincoln on Sunday night. It reportedly happened around 8 p.m. near the 20,000 block of Johnson Road. Police were responding to a domestic dispute involving 49-year-old Kenneth Fisher. Witnesses said he was armed with a handgun. As troopers got to the scene, Fisher was running away. The police then chased him, commanded him to stop, show his hands. They claim Fisher reached into his waistband. That's when troopers say they fired one shot and did not hit Fisher. At that point, Fisher threw down his gun and was taken into custody. No injuries were reported. Fisher now faces an entire host of charges, and the trooper that did fire the gun is on administrative leave pending investigation. That is standard procedure. The Ocean City Police Department is requesting your assistance. They need to identify suspects allegedly involved in a city bus incident over the weekend. The department says assaults occurred on Saturday on an Ocean City bus at about 6 p.m. Police say a woman in a white bathing suit, as you can see pictured here on your screen, reportedly spit on 4 people They say another victim was reportedly bitten by a woman in a green bathing suit. Ocean City police say both suspects were last seen on 131st Street near the 10th block on Saturday. Anybody who recognizes these suspects you see on your screen is asked to call Ocean City Police Department. If you're at Bethany Beach anytime soon, you're going to want to look before you walk and beware of beach holes, literally. The town is warning beachgoers about very large sand holes like the one you see on your screen here. The town says they've been seeing more and more of these, and whoever is digging them isn't filling them in when they're done, and that can be extremely dangerous. It also violates the Bethany Beach ordinance. If someone steps or more likely falls into one of these holes, they can get seriously injured. And while you might be able to see them just fine during the day, that can be harder early in the morning or late at night when it's dark.
That's continuing to push through the region. We're still under a severe thunderstorm warning in the Libertytown, Pittsfield area, and this is tracking towards the east steadily at about 45 miles per hour, 70 mile per hour winds and quarter-size hail. We'll have more on these storms when we come back.
But next, the need for bilingual staffing, how to be able to communicate. It's a health issue for some at the WRDE Health Center. We'll be back in just 60 seconds.
Tomorrow at 4 on Coast Life, discover key moves for self-protection. Learn how a generous grant is transforming Camp Rehoboth. Plus, a fun dive into myths our parents told us. Coast Life tomorrow at 4 on Coast TV.
Sunkissed Summer Mixtape on 102.5 WBOC.
Brought to you by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Summer won't last forever, but with a great selection of vehicles during Toyota's national sales event, there is still time to capture new memories. With friends and family. Before it all flies by.
Get 3.99% APR on a Tacoma, or go a point lower on a 4x2. Or pick a 2023 Tundra or 4Runner, two of the top 10 cars with best resale value.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
WRDE Health Center in Sussex County is looking to hire. It says it needs more employees who are bilingual, and here's why. The center says it has about 14,000 patients. 50% of those are Latino. Telemundo Del Marva and Coast TV News reporter Ana Sofia Roman shows us how hiring more of these bilingual speakers might impact the community in a big way.
Marina Diaz-Roblero came to Sussex County from Guatemala in 2004. A couple of years ago, she went to a doctor's office in her area and couldn't be seen immediately because of the language barrier.
Llegué en busca de una enfermera, un doctor.
I got there looking for a nurse, a doctor, but they didn't understand me. I couldn't explain myself. They said, sit down, and we'll find someone who speaks Spanish, but it will be by phone. And I waited 3 hours.
Precisely, La Red Health Center is working diligently to increase the number of bilingual staff members.
Having bilingual staff, it's a part of who La Red is, and it's also a part of our culture. So we really do try to find candidates and try to attract candidates that are bilingual for the community and to be able to do what we do.
Sandra Soto has been working very closely with patients at the reception desk for almost 3 years, and by being bilingual, for her is rewarding to impact someone's life through the language.
The majority of our patients are speaking Spanish, and it feels great to be able to help people that sometimes don't even know how to write their own name, to help them out, fill out the applications and all that.
Diaz-Roblero even stopped seeing another doctor because of the language barrier.
Para lo que me estaba pasando,
for what was happening to me, they were sending me to another place. And I asked if they spoke Spanish. They said no. And then I said, better not, because I can't explain myself.
For Diaz-Roblero means the world to be seen by someone that speaks Spanish. If you want to learn what open positions are available at La Red, visit our website, WRDE.com. In Georgetown, Ana Sofia Roman, Coast TV News.
Well, pull out those smartphones. You need that camera app, and put it on the camera app, and you need the QR code. Scan it in the corner. It's one of those nights where you definitely need our app. It is essential for your safety, to be quite honest. Now, we are still tracking some very strong storms making its impact throughout portions of Pittsfield towards the Berlin area, tracking its way towards the east pretty steadily, moving towards, let me see, as we begin to track this here, towards Friendship Community, should be there immediately, as well as Parkertown, Ocean Pines, and Ocean City. Now, this is where we're seeing the strongest cell that's left over from the remnants of all the cells that have begun to push across. We've had some tornado warnings from earlier this evening. Those have been allowed to expire, but we still have the active severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for those areas. We've had some heavy downpours that have been reported throughout Laurel, possibility of flooding along Woodland Ferry Road, as well as Old Stage Road and towards Hitch Pond Road. Overall, here's where all of the warnings and watches stand right now. We have the severe thunderstorm warning that's here that we've just mentioned for you. Over towards the Salisbury area, we have the flash flood warnings that are active as well. Now, take a look at this. This is a very unique map here because this is actually showing you the estimate of the amount of rainfall in some areas. Now, as we zoom in a little bit tighter, you see where the blue area is. We're looking at accumulations of about 2 inches of rain accumulation in some areas. But now with the latest rendition of what's going on here with our analysis, you'll notice that we have the likelihood of possibly 3 inches of rain that have accumulated in some areas as a result of those storms that have pushed on through. Now we're seeing the last of the most basically the embedded cells and the heavy downpours marching its way past Pittsfield towards Ocean Pines right now. It's making its impact along Highway 113 and headed towards Ocean View, Ocean Pines, and north of North Golf Club Shores. This is the latest severe thunderstorm warning that's active for the area, bracing for very strong straight line winds in excess of 60 to 65 miles per hour and some heavy downpours or blinding downpours. As far as the observed rain is concerned, over 3/4 of an inch of rainforest in Salisbury in some areas, but from earlier this evening, we were closing in on close to getting 2 inches of rain in Greenwood, over an inch in Ellendale, over an inch in Slaughter Beach, Milford, and in those areas. We're looking for this rain to stick around at least for the next 45 minutes or so, and then we'll start to begin to recover. Temperatures are in the 70s, but the dew point temperatures are in the 70s as well, which is why these storms had an opportunity to resurrect themselves very suddenly. When you have dew point temperatures that are so elevated, it takes little to no nudging in the upper atmosphere for things to change. Our ultraviolet index for tomorrow is going to be on the high side, so that's courtesy of our Face of Grace sponsorship, so please be sure to protect yourself from that. The White Marlin Open forecast, well, tomorrow we're not expecting severe weather. Tomorrow we're looking for all kinds of sunshine across the board. 80 to mid-80s is where we should be for tomorrow. So our White Marlin Open forecast is looking pretty good for all things to go without a problem from Mother Nature. So we take a look at our expectations for tomorrow morning. We're looking at winds out of the west, temperatures in the 70s. For Tuesday afternoon, we anticipate temperatures in the 80s, not expecting a cloud in the sky. Wednesday, 6 o'clock in the morning, we start off in the upper 60s. And then for Wednesday in the afternoon, we could get a quick developing spot shower trying to develop in some isolated pockets. So we want to be mindful of that. And then finally on Thursday, we were concerned about some spot showers beginning to push across for Thursday evening, particularly right around the 6 o'clock hour. All that being said, here's a look at your extended forecast. We are calling for rain on Thursday, but we're not calling for any additional first alert days. So rain on Thursday, rain on Sunday, and we'll continue to keep you updated on the storms that are pushing across. We'll be right back after this break.
NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on WRDE.
Party decor and more. The store that has all your party supply needs. Festive holiday decor. Game day team supplies. Balloons that are safe for the sky. Announcing a special surprise. And of course, something for every birthday year that flies by. Party decor and more. The only party store at the beach. Midway Shopping Center in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware.
So, are you ready to start enjoying some more time almost outdoors? Of course, I'm talking about your screen porch.
If you want to protect your furniture, even in the worst rainstorms, the Porch Protection System will keep your investment protected and dry. Just drop the curtains when there's bad weather and roll them up when it's good again.
So call Porch Protection Systems today for a free estimate, so you can start enjoying more of your time almost outdoors year-round.
For more information about porch protection systems, visit Delmarva Experts on WBOC.com.
Join a global team of dreamers, doers, and inventors at one of the largest biotech manufacturing companies in the world, right here in Millsboro, Delaware. Start your career with Merck as a production technician. Operate state-of-the-art equipment while making vaccines that are distributed around the world. Whether you have a diploma, degree, or in between, positions are available from entry-level through management. We offer competitive pay, health insurance, tuition reimbursement, 401k, pension plan, and annual bonuses. Join Merck and be a part of a bigger story. Apply online today.
The world's #1 selling farm tractor. Easy to operate and more powerful than your average tractor. Mahindra tractors. Push more, pull more, lift more. With more torque and lower engine maintenance, Mahindra tractors are rugged and tough. We know how much you love your land, so we want you to love your tractor. Get your next Mahindra tractor today. Southern States of Milford, improving farming and improving life. Rooted since 1948.
Coverage on the road, in your community, along the coast. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, coverage you can count on.
And if I just walked away, would your plastic heart break? I know.
93.5 The Beach.
How about something to celebrate here? Salisbury native Jay Copeland is heading to Broadway. Copeland joins the cast for The Wiz, an all-black retelling of The Wizard of Oz. Copeland has competed on American Idol, where he made it to the top 7 of his season. And last year, Copeland opened for Patti LaBelle at her Freeman Arts Pavilion concert. The Wiz is set to take stage on Broadway in the spring of 2024.
Right now, we want to go ahead and recap what's going on. We were initially under a tornado warning prior to our newscast. All the tornado warnings have been allowed to expire, but we still have the active severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Worcester County, particularly near Ocean Pines and the Berlin area. We're bracing for 70-mile-per-hour winds, heavy downpours as well. And this is where the storm is right now. We're seeing it actually pounding the folks that live along Collins Road, Mumford Road, Back Creek Road, St. Martin's Neck Road, and Saltgrass Point Road. Now, it's also settling and causing some blind spots near Macklin Creek Road, as well as Ocean Parkway, and near Taylorsville, Cathell Road, and as well as Berlin Dover near Parkertown. Any of these communities that I've just mentioned, or in these streets that I've just mentioned for you, preferably you're not outside right now, obviously, but this is causing some blinding downpours, and we're looking at winds that could push a vehicle very easily. Aside from that, here's a look at your 10-day forecast. We're looking at calm conditions for us on Tuesday, Wednesday, another round of storms on Thursday, but nothing near the amount of intensity that we're dealing with for tonight.
Thank you, Paul, and thank you for joining us for Coast TV News at 11. For more news, more local weather, download our WRDE News app. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, that's up next. And we're going to see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great evening.